All right. I don't even know what the fuck to say about this. So we're back.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, all of the new Americans. How you doing? We're in Cambodia, by the way. I'm American. She's not.
Very good introduction. She's not.
Bibi. Her name is Bibi. All right, anyway, so this is a tough one, right? So we are back doing videos again. We took a little hiatus. It's so hard. So we have most of our viewers are from from Ukraine and Russia. It's a tough one, right? Yikes. I didn't know what the fuck to say. So we kind of like, I don't know, I like didn't say anything because I needed to process, right? Because
We had a lot of comments about it.
yeah,
So
we had a lot of comments about it. And a lot of the comments were telling us to, you have to take a side. First of all, I don't like being told what to do. So that kind of like threw me off a little bit. Second, I wasn't educated enough in the subject to make a determination on, what I thought was right? This is a super sketchy subject, just in general, because we have people in both countries that we generally, care about and like, right? Like, I love the Ukrainian people and I love the Russian people. You've seen my videos on the Russian people. Fucking love Russian people. I love the Ukrainian people, right? So when I was asked, to like take a side, that's a tough one. It's a super tough one. And I think kind of like sidebar is a lot of Americans are going to watch this too. And they are going, because Americans have a lot of opinions. I generally have a lot of opinions. I'm an American. But they have a lot of opinions. And if you are an American and you're watching this, and feel free to comment as much as you'd like about whether you like or dislike whatever I'm about to say. But the reality is I don't give a shit. So say whatever you want, right? Because this is not about us. This is about Ukraine and Russia. And I think one of the biggest issues with all of this, has been not separating the people from the militaries, right? The people from the government. Being an American, I know for a fact that the people in the United States are not the government. We just aren't. As much as somebody would want to believe that, right? When Obama was president, everybody was super excited to, meet Americans and they liked Americans. And then when Trump was president, everybody fucking hated Americans, right? That's not me. I'm not them. I'm not Obama. I'm not Trump, right? And I'll never tell you which one I like, right? You probably figure it out by what I say, but in general, I'm not one of those two people, right? I'm not that party. I'm not the Democrats. I'm not the Republicans, right? I'm an American. That's what I am. That's just where I was born, and that's the culture that I was raised in. So when it comes to like Russians, they are born in this culture, a culture that I really admire. Just the strength of that culture, the the funniness of it, right? Like the toughness, but also funny at the same time. And a lot of times being funny without knowing they're being funny, like that shit's hilarious to me. And I admire that, right? The Ukrainian people, right? For being super strong, right? And being like super nationalists. Taking pride in their country, right? Taking pride with where they're from and like, no, we're not going to be taken over. Nobody's going to come in here, right? Like, that's a big fucking deal, right? I like that shit because that's a lot of what Americans are, right? I think Russians are the same fucking way too. Exact same way. You think if anybody attacked Russia, that there'd be like a whole section of Russia being like, well, fuck this country. Like, no, that's not how it works, right? They'd all fucking jump on board. Fight. So I don't associate myself with a government in the United States. I know that there are people in the United States that do that. I know that there's people in Russia that associate themselves with the government, right? And I will never say that I don't like the Russian government or I like the Russian government. That's not for me to say. I'm not a Russian, right? I'm not going to sit here and say Putin's a bad guy. It's just not how it works, right? I'm not allowed to do that. I will say this, no matter what, I'm not a fan of war, right? I don't like people being killed, right? Then you can get into the whole political thing of like why this is happening, right? To me, that's above my pay grade, right? That's too much for me. I don't know enough about it. I'm not Russian. I'm not Ukrainian. I haven't been living there. I don't have family that's gone through generations of whatever the fuck's been going on between you guys. I have no idea, right? I don't know the depths of how you feel about these things. But what I do know is that I love the Russian people. I also love the Ukrainian people. But specifically the Russian people, right? Because the Ukrainian people right now are getting a lot of support across the world. Everyone loves Ukrainian people right now because they're the ones that seem to be being attacked, right? But I'll specifically talk about the Russian people right now. There's like some hashtags, or what is it?
Stop hating Russia.
Hashtag stop hating Russia. I like that. Like what the fuck's the point of hating Russians? Like they're good fucking people, man. Like I don't understand that, and I think that was a lot of like why we didn't do the videos is because it was like I think I was mad. I was mad at like kind of the world that because of a decision that a government made that the whole fucking world, right, or a good section of it would start to like vilify Russian people and make it seem like Russian people were bad. Like, I would kind of like watch some stuff or whatever, and I hear somebody say something similar to that where they were like, the Russian people, and I'd be like, fuck you, dude. Like, I don't want to hear this shit, right? Because I know quite a few Russian people, and they are all fucking good people, right? And they don't determine what the government does. Don't work like that. And if you think it does, then you go read a fucking book. Figure it out. So this like hashtag, stop hating Russian people, like I'm all about that. Now I'm not like a hashtag person. I don't think I've ever like really followed a hashtag before. It took me a while to figure out what a hashtag was because we used it as like on our phone, like on the dial-up phone. We had one of those. We didn't call it a hashtag, right? So I specifically like, I don't know. There's like no messaging. I'm not that guy. I'm like, I'm gonna send a message, right? So if any Russians are watching, right? Like, I don't need to do that. So when it comes to that, right? All I'll say is like, I don't hate you, and the world will stop fucking hating you soon enough because the world's a bunch of fucking idiots a lot of times, and they follow their emotions, and they're like animals, right? That's just how it works. They follow their emotions until something else fucking gets their emotions. And then they move on to that. And then everybody fucking forgets about why they, like, not the war, but they forget about the fact that they're like, oh, fuck Russia, fuck Russians, blah, like, go fuck yourself. So I'm with you. I'm all about it. I'm doing everything I can at this point, right, to support you guys and do what I can when it comes to, the Russian people and any kind of struggle that you guys are going through right now, because nobody talks about that, right? Any struggle that you're actually going through as well. Now about the Ukrainian people, also doing the same thing, right? Support the Ukrainian people, the refugees, and the people that are getting the fuck out of there, right? I try not to watch the news about it because it seems to be all propaganda, right? So we don't know what's true and what's false. But I do know that a lot of people are leaving Ukraine, and they're going to places where they have a place to stay, but from certain accounts, it's not as difficult as living in a war country, but it's also very difficult as well. Because you have some pretty highly educated people having to do some pretty menial fucking jobs just to get by. And they're struggling because they can't get to their funds, and they can't get to money, they can't get to these things, they can't get jobs that fit their resume and their education level. So that takes a toll on people as well. So there's just kind of struggle on both sides is what I see. And I'm not talking about the militaries. I'm strictly talking about the people. So yeah, I support the people on both sides, and because I love both sides, right? I didn't really know many Ukrainian people until we started kind of doing the videos, and I meet Bibi, and just regular people, man, just regular people. They're good people, and then you have the Russian people, right? Fucking love the Russian people, so. It's just kind of a struggle sometimes when it comes to having people on both sides that watch the videos and knowing that they're going to watch whatever video I come out or we come out with next. I know YouTube's been shut down pretty much in Russia, so hopefully some Russians will be able to see this. Please comment or say something if you were able to see it, because we'd like to know that. And then if some Ukrainians can watch it too, please do. Comment. Americans, comment as well. Tell me your opinion. I told you how I felt about that at the beginning. But other than that, I love all you guys. BB loves all those. Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
We're on the same page. So, all right. How's that one?